Hello. Okay, so I think this time you can hear me. If not, we'll have to worry about that in a bit, I guess. So, I'm just going to do a few bits and pieces on the engine today. I have no idea if anybody's watching this. It's not going to let me just quickly have a look. This one. Right, sorry, I've got everything set up now, I think. Ooh, what was that? Yeah. Okay, so, no idea if you can hear me. The volume meters looks like it's doing its thing, so hopefully it's working this time around. So what I'm going to do is I'm just doing a few bits and pieces on my boat engine that's probably long overdue. Ideally I'd like to do an oil change, but I need to run it to get it warm. But there's also some other bits and pieces I want to do, like I replaced a hose on the cooling thing, which is now way longer than it should have been when the original one was. I kind of want to cut that a little bit shorter, which means I'm going to spill half the water out of the engine. But before anybody panics, it is just water. There isn't any antifreeze in it or anything, so if it does end up being bilged out, it isn't the end of the world, because it's probably mildly rusty water. So I'm going to go and make a start with that. I'm going to try and then give it a bit of a clean down, and I've got some absorbent like pads and that I'll put in the bottom at the end to hopefully soak up the worst of the water. And then I might run the engine for a bit, get it warm, and basically change the oil over on it, because it's been, well, it's basically well overdue for that. So it looks like somebody is viewing, I think. So if you can hear me, can you please comment, just so I know that it actually works, because I've got it looks like it's all working fine from this end, but I can't say for sure. Oh, there's dust on the wrong thing as well on the chat. I want live chat so it shows everybody. Brilliant. Now it's loading. One of these days I'll get around all these technical issues before stuff. Right, that up correctly. I'm just going to go and crack on with stuff. If somebody wants to join in, I'll glance up occasionally. Probably not going to talk an awful lot about what I'm doing, but if you want to ask some questions, feel free to ask away. Well, there are a few people here. Like I say, if you can't hear me or can hear me, can you please let me know, just so before I start getting dirty at all. Brilliant, great, thank you. Here, right, so I'm going to change the view, because I've got a second camera that's like almost up above me that looks down, so you can see both views at the same time. So hopefully, see, I've actually done stuff that works. So I'm going to climb in here and have a go at like trying to undo this thing. Right, wish me luck doing the contortionist thing, trying to squeeze into this engine bay. It's always a fun job, this. I'll try and tilt down so you can sort of see from that angle. Yeah, hopefully you can see me. Yeah, I'm still on the thing, right, great. So I don't know why John can't do this. I've probably done this bit forever. Does this really need Yeah, I would like to do that, actually. Yeah. Ow. Like I say, it's really, I don't know how well you can see me in here. It is pretty snug, as you can see. Basically, I've had this weird thing ever since I've had the engine, or had the boat, that the top of the engine here, where the water is higher than the skin tank here, and somewhere water disappears to about this height, which is also just happens to be slightly below where the water pumps from. So it ends up getting to a point where you're not circulating water. And I'm trying to find out where that is by like just going over every like hose where water goes through, and see if I can see anything unexpected that looks like it could be the cause of it. But as you kind of half expect everything, appears pretty dry. Yeah, I'm going to go for what I said originally. I'm going to climb back out again. I'm going to disconnect that hose, pour a load of water in, and see where I go from there, I think. Normally I go through like about... Hi! Normally I go through like about 20 different things trying to find the right size socket. I'm not one of those people that can just look at something and go, is that size? I wish I had that ability that other people seems to have. Right, I'm going to put those clippy things, the wire cutters there so I can cut that hose down. This is no doubt going to get messy very quickly, so we'll see what happens. Now my luck I'll undo this and can't actually just slide the pipe off. I'm not really sure what the best way of getting in here is, because I also don't want to get a soaking wet foot from this, if I can help it. But I'm right in the firing line where I can stand easily. So... I've also sort of recently gone painted over everything in here, just to try and get the rust at bay. I was going to give it another few coats, but we had all that rain, didn't we? So, I'm trying to be mindful of what you can see. Probably not a lot. I think there's a slim to non-existent chance of me getting this off easily. Time to squeeze back into this little hole, I think. Tilt that down, because then you'll hopefully be able to see something. I'm going to put that in there, because I think I'm going to need that. I might need that. So they should be easy to grab, should I need them. Right, let's disappear into the hole. Yeah. As we'd like you'd expect, it's been on here long enough, it doesn't budge at all. No, of course it doesn't. I would hope it looks nice and clean. So, like, this is a really interesting story I'll tell. Hopefully you can hear me still, even though I'm tucked away in here. But basically, when I bought this, the exhaust leaked into here. Everything was covered in black, as the engine looks like. And it was just a complete... nightmare to... if ever you need to work on it, because you just get filthy. And finally, after... So you can climb in without being covered in load of real good clean and painted it, but I do not think this for a minute is going to come off. I think my original plan is going to go out the window of what I want to do, because I've got no way of... I want to sort of shorten this pipe because it's sort of putting things on weird angles. It was originally like this was square with the rest. I don't think that bit there's got more before. The thing is, there's nothing obvious where something's leaking from. Oops. I was just trying to see what it said. Right, I'm going to carry on. If you want to watch, you watch. You can just... It's probably going to be a long struggle. It'd probably been easy at the other end, but that's going to be worse. This is probably so not worth it because it's clearly not this leak. But it's around this height, so I wouldn't mind betting that it could be this bend here. I'll take the whole lot off and have a better look at it when I disconnect this thing finally. I think I'm going to have to do it the destructive way, but it's okay because I want to shorten it anyway, which is snip away at it a bit and hope I can peel it back. I'm committing to it now. It's going to happen. I'm going to end up with a very wet leg. So how has everybody been? It's been a little while. It's been about a month, I think, since the last one. I think just having a quick glance. Yeah, I can't believe how tight this is. Oh, you can see me still out of the little corner one. I'm barely visible, am I? I just realised that. Anyway, I am here, honest. These gloves aren't going to last 5 minutes. I generally can't believe this. I thought I'd just undo it and like this would slide off fairly easy, but it's been a total pain in the backside. It's part of what a boat does, though, isn't it? Yeah, because I would love to find out why I always have to fill this up with water. There's somewhere the water is disappearing to, and no matter how hard I try, just don't seem to be able to find it. I wish I knew where it was. No, I'm just going for it. If I cut the thing off, it can't stay on, can it? Finally, there's signs of water. It's moving. Yeah, I've finally got it loose. Oh, I thought there was a drain hole there. There is. So hopefully that'll drain away from it. If I stick the grab that. So right guys, whoever's watching, how long do you give it before I drop something into the oily bit underneath the engine? Okay, I didn't want that one, I want the other one. Do you want to try and find it? Good. I feel like what I'm doing right this moment, I'm going to massively regret sometime very soon. Yeah, I do strongly feel I'm going to end up with very wet feet. I hope the bilge pumps. Otherwise I am going to end up being a big puddle. Do you know what? As much as that pipe isn't great, I don't think that's to blame. Well, the one under here. Oh, don't you dare roll off. These gloves just became pointless as I've now got a hole in them. How many people are there? If there's anybody there. Right. I'm going to probably regret this big time. There. I just remembered why I wanted to make this shorter, because it always got in the way of the dipstick for the gearbox. Stop spilling water. To be honest, I'm genuinely amazed that not more or less got pulled out of this. But the clip's still on there. God, this is not this, isn't it? I don't know if you can see that there, but I don't know if I've even achieved what I actually set out to do at this point, which is trying to get this back to being straight, and I think it really needs to be shorter or pushed on further, but let's give it a go. So basically anybody here has just watched me struggle with a pipe for like half an hour or something. It's thrilling content, right? I think I should still cut a bit more off it. That means pulling the thing off, which I probably now can't do because I pushed it on so damn hard. So what's everybody been up to the weekend so far? Well, I think it's an improvement, even if it ain't great. God, won't fit. 1, 2, 3. The thing that makes this terrible is not the how much, it's the how much I'm going to ache tomorrow from doing this. Because being in little snug positions, like under this thing. Well, one thing's I know for sure, there's nowhere on this planet that water's coming out of this hot pipe. So I know that bit's not to blame. So I think this Jubilee clip's literally surplus to requirements with how snug that is in there. So that seems good. Let's let those two touch, but don't really cause a problem. That's mega snug on there. So's that. Actually, what's going on here? Could this be the culprit over here? Let's say that's a nose one. So this goes around to there. That's a battery. I wonder if it could be on the other side of that. Right, we're going to try and get out here. I'm going to have a look at this one over here. Ow. Oh, getting cramp in my leg now. Yeah, so I wonder if it's potentially, because that doesn't look all great. So far doing good with not losing stuff. There's no way it's the same size. That looks so much bigger than that. What do you know? So one of these pipes on, I think it's the other side of this one, I had pop off while cruising a year or so ago, and I know that this tube underneath literally is the shortest piece of tube you could conceivably dream of. See? So I'm kind of wondering if that's potentially like a cause of a leak. Shove that on as much as I can. Yeah, I would like to get to the source of wherever this water's disappearing to, mostly because obviously the winter's coming up. I would like to actually put antifreeze in here instead of just water, but currently there's no point because it's just disappearing to the unknown of somewhere. I know it's not leaking through the hull because obviously it was out of the water recently and there was no sign of anything there then. Actually, I wonder if I loosen that off and see if I can shove that one on a bit further. Hiya! Yeah, Terry and Duncan are fine. They're just down the other end there, you know, supervising the job. I just realised I've probably given you the worst view ever of like nothing because you just can't. You can't kind of like get anywhere where you can do stuff, if you know what I mean. It's like everything I've always filmed in the engine's been always a bit of a nightmare to do because it's just you can't. There's nowhere to put the camera and do the job because everything's so confined. I wonder how much of a disaster do you think it'll be if I take that off and that one at the same time? I'm sure this is going to dump all the water from somewhere into somewhere I didn't want to dump it, but let's see what happens. I think that's loose enough yet. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to bring this to a close because annoyingly the is now saying the battery's running low. So it hasn't been overly... Actually, can I... Give me a second, I think I've got the charger through there. I might be able to plug you in. If I can get there quick enough. Yeah, yeah, that's charging, I think. Yeah, that's charging. Crisis has been averted. Right, now let's see if I can... Let's do some new gloves, those ones are pointless anyway. Might lose this hoodie in a minute, it's getting... I say getting warm, I think it's just me struggling with this thing with getting warm. Oh, I just realised you can see the laptop on there. Oh well. Okay. Hopefully that is tight, but I've got a bad feeling about that one. Don't know why I feel so... I've literally just put these on and they're already like filthy. This is one of the things I would like to do to this engine, is actually clean it. Which probably leads me on to the next job I'm going to do, which is I'm going to get... I've got like a little... Well, a bit little. I've got a ridiculously oversized paintbrush over there and some engine degreasing. I was going to try and get the worst of this oil off it, which is probably... Yeah, that's... I think annoyingly that is going to pop off at some point because it isn't going tight anymore. So I've probably made myself a whole heap of trouble. Oh, mate.
Alright, no, don't worry. No worries, mate. Don't worry.
No, this is going to work on that. But we'll find out. Probably if I went over it with a cleaning thing afterwards. I've got a rag somewhere. So. If this sort of works a bit, I might get a smaller paintbrush and go over it another time better. Oh, hello. Yeah, good to see you again too. You know, this does look like it's getting the worst of it off, so. It's bound to not work though, because I've cleaned it. You know what boats are like? It's like, how dare you do something like that? How dare you try to take care of it? You know, boats will just finicky like. Right, I'm just going to see if I can find a rag on it. Yeah, I've got it. Does that look clean? Well, it has to be said, that's a resounding, that does look a lot cleaner. Unfortunately, I think to do much more is a climb in the awl again. This one for. You definitely need a small paintbrush. I don't know why I'm cleaning it. I can't see what you're saying, but I'll have a look in a second. I can see that people have commented something. I think. I've been going to Mackie D's way too many times recently as well. I nearly went twice yesterday. I didn't though, only had the breakfast, because breakfast is clearly the best part of Mackie D's, isn't it? Does it look any different from what it did before, or am I just wasting my time? I don't know if you can see. I think it looks more yellow and shiny. Whether that's that important. Right, I'm going to block all of your view because I'm trying to get to the other side, but I can't get over that side. Oh, I'm definitely going to look different. I'm going to look like I've aged about 10 years and like I've rolled around in mud for the afternoon. And somewhere you can guarantee I've probably knocked a wire off this engine, now it won't start. And then I'll be in a panic over that for hours. As it is, I'm already concerned about that other thing. Do you know what? This is instantly a lot better than it was, though. Yeah, I'm going to climb back out of here again. Somehow. Yeah, this thing's been filthy for way too long. I'm just going to go a bit more down where the injectors are. Just to try and... Oh, there's loads of things. So you live of hiding? Yeah. So I did a live of hiding in the engine, but yeah, I have, yeah. Oops. Rhapsody are only two. Oh yeah. I like those. What are they called? The bacon flatbreads. Where are we? Do you know what? There's a time I didn't believe I'd fit in here, but you know, necessity must, and when you can't see things and you need to get to it, you eventually figure out a way of bending round to get into stupid tight spaces that I'm pretty sure I was never designed to go in. I think it comes in the territory of on the boat. That's a rubber hose that's painted there, isn't it? I do question the person that released a spray can on this at some point in the past. Well, I can tell you one thing for sure, I think it looks better than everyone else does. So, where is it? Because I keep getting wraps of the day. Oh, yeah, I know that feeling. Like, when I was living up in Manchester, I was working at the Trafford Centre at the time, and there was, you know, I'm moored behind the Krispy Kreme factory, and that is not good for, what's the word for it? Not gaining weight very rapidly, is what I was. Yeah, but they taste so good fresh off the production line that they kick the arse off the ones in the shops. I tell you. Is there a difference between cleaning the outside and maintenance? Yeah, there probably is. I'm going to do an oil change as well in a bit. I just kind of was trying to do some of the other bits first. I need to run the engine to. Someone's got a pass. Yeah, I need to run the engine basically to get the oil warm, sort of pump out easier. I don't know if you can hear me with that engine in the boat coming past. Oh wait. But I want to do the bit where I'm climbing beside it before I run that for a bit. Because I know it'll be a nightmare to sit next to the thing when it's roasting hot. You have to hug it back as much as bad enough as it is without that. Were you here when I was struggling with the coolant pipe? Because if so, then you'll have seen how snug it is down there. Right, let's go over there. What else was there I wanted to do? I suppose it's worth checking the weed hatch while I'm filthy, because why not? I'm missing one. Where did I put it? Well, it's in here somewhere. No, I'm not quite sure where that's gone. I've got a bad feeling I had it sat on top of the engine. On the upside, I've got a video, so I can watch back. I know what I was doing when I put it down. It's when I was messing with that bit over there. That's what I was going to do. I'm going to go and have a quick look, see if I've got a bigger Jubilee clip for that. Tell you what, yeah, I'm going to start off with heaven. Can you see the weed hatch from there? Just vaguely. I'm going to have a quick look in there. I don't think there's anything on it, but as I'm doing stuff, I've got a bit of a trip ahead. I'll have a quick look, is there? And there is water at the back here. I'd love to know how rainwater gets up there. Of course it's not going to come off easy, is it? Give it a second to drip in the canal rather than everywhere else. I can stay there.
Why do you have a pig? Just a second.
Gloves.
Bloody hell, you almost fell.
So let's just use the jacket, it's warm enough anyway. I found the missing socket, it's just here. Don't have to review the video after all. Well, that's kind of the hope, is I can find out where the leaks are. Because there's a leak from the coolant somewhere, but I have no idea where that's leaking from to. This is chilly. Yep. I can 100% confirm that was completely pointless exercise. There's nothing on the propeller. But I think somehow there's a slight chance it might be slightly cleaner. Haven't gone in there. Right. That's on. Get that nice and tight. That'll do. I suppose I'd better fill up the water again. It is just water, so like I said, I don't know if there was anybody here at the time I was talking about it. I just remembered why I didn't want to just fill up the water. Because I was going to see if I got a spare Jubilee clip for that thing. Because I don't think it's tight one, did I? Give me a second, I'm going to have a look. Okay, so here's the bag of random Jubilee clips I've acquired over the years. And other weird clips. So they're essentials. That's going to be way too big. It's not just Jubilee clips in here. Yeah, as I kind of thought. Don't think I've got one that size. I'll probably top it back up and head to Screenfix or something later on and see if they've got any. Even with that cranked up, I don't think there's going to be. Yeah, that's way too big. I'm not even going to mess around with that. It's reasonably on there, but I don't think it'll hold. Right, I'm going to finish topping it up as I've filled up the water bars in as well. Hopefully the end. Not too bad. No, I know how much water's in that engine, and how much fell out is actually quite good. Right. Is there anything else I want to do? Yeah, there's just gonna rinse my hands off and then I can do that afterwards. Right. Here's my keys. Okay, so let's just switch it back for a second. So it's going to get a bit noisy for a minute too. Tell you what, I will switch back to the other view just so if it is a disaster, it's caught on camera. Hopefully there won't be a disaster. Well, the fuel pump's still working. Anyway, that's running. I'm pretty sure you can't hear a word I'm saying now. I'm just going to leave that to sort of warm up for a bit, and then I'm going to do anything on it. I wonder if I can unhook the paint over the inside. Actually, no, I'm going to keep it on it because I should not causing it to So, I don't think the rolling olives is one of the few things in this book that hasn't been used. Just looking at the oil filter, please. While that warms up. I don't know if you can hear me because obviously it's really loud. So, give me a second, I'll get back. actually still running. It's starting to warm up a bit. Once it gets to normal, like core temperature, I'll switch it off and then we'll pump some more around. So I've got like filters, I know you can't hear me, so I'll go to this. Oh my god, that spider's huge! What the hell did that just do? You should have seen that. There's a spider that just run across there. This has been like that big, with a body the size bigger than a pea. I'm going to go and try and chase him down. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm scared of chasing down. We'll try and eat him. wax up to temperature. Right, where are we? I don't know what you can kill. Might move very slightly so you can see over here. I'm trying not to do the splits too much. Now, this is long overdue. Start messing with it. Go for some more gloves. Hopefully this is not too much of a messy job. Say that, it's oil, it's going to be messy. Now, this boat, I wish to God they fitted these things to cars. But essentially, assuming this pump still works, because it was a little bit temperamental last time I tried using it. Yeah, it's going to be temperamental still, isn't it? Basically, it's a bit old, and it could do with a new rubber seal on this bit of the pump. Where to put it? I found the easiest way to resolve this problem is with a tiny bit of oil, funny enough. Because as soon as it gets some oil around that rubber seal, it actually pumps okay. What happened, has it? That is free still, so that's good. Yeah, I think. Let's see if it works now. As soon as it starts, it works flawlessly, but trying to get it to go is a nightmare. I always thought this was... I don't remember how I did it last time I made a video on this. So I think somewhere there is a proper... feels a lot better. There we go. I don't know if you can see this or not in that picture, but did I? Would have been smart if I'd unscrewed the second bottle, because it holds about 3 litres of oil. So this is, I think last time I did it, I dropped the thing for the oil at the bottom. In fact, actually, I think that ended up on the outtakes for the video, if I remember rightly. Anyhow. I'm going to have to remember to buy a rubber washer for that thing before. Give it a second. Yeah, I'll assume that's going to stay put. I'll do this one up. I reckon it's safe to say that that's all that's going to come out of there. Which does look about the right amount. Now I'm just going to temporarily put that back in a minute. Now, honest to God, these things are literal, like, lifesavers for this job, because I've tried all those other different ways of doing this, and these have been by far the easiest way of getting it undone. Just trying to remember which way it goes. It's up. Now, somewhere down here, there was an oil filter, which I think I'm going to be blocking. Honestly, I swear by these things, the oil filter pliers. I can shove a link in the description once I've finished if anybody is interested in it. that can sit in the box for a moment because
Why are you?
and we do this back up. I'm going to have to climb in just to bend over and get to, I think. That feels tight enough. Yeah. We'll just have another quick, make sure there's nothing more, because I felt like there's a bit more in there. I think I might have been just what was inside the filter. Yeah, it's not just the dregs in the bottom, isn't it? Luckily I'm made by someone to get rid of the oil, so that's convenient. I might go for a quick grab some tissue or something and clean up over there. Oh, one thing I can definitely... There's that. One thing I can definitely say about the boat at the moment is it's definitely spider season. So, just going to grab another piece of tissue. theoretically takes about 3 litres of oil, and I've got about 4 in that bottle. So if I go for it down to about 3, I should have at least a litre spare for eventualities. I do kind of like to keep the supply for replenishing stuff if I need it aboard when I'm travelling, just in case, because you can get stranded miles from anything sometimes. Right. I thought that was going to go into the bottom then, it didn't quite. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to end up getting filthy. This is where you see me spill oil over the thing I just spent ages cleaning. And I was right. Yeah. I'm not sure I got the... Not even close. Get it everywhere. So, is there anybody still around watching, or am I by myself again? I have probably overdone it at this point, so let's have a reach and see if I can even find a dipstick. So on this, the dipstick is in the most awkwardest of positions. Well, it doesn't look far off. Give it a little time to settle a bit, and then let's bring that up. So probably want about a third of a litre more. Almost there then. And then I think after that I'm going to probably wrap this video up. Because there's pretty much everything I want to get done. And I guess I'll just see if it still leaks next time I go for a cruise. How does it feel like a third of a litre? Obviously I'll run it a bit and then... Yeah, I reckon that's going to be about spot on. How confident am I going to be? Do I screw the cap on confident? Obviously I'll run it in a bit and just check to see where it actually sits, and then that's it all, I think. Possibly too much. There's still not enough. So at some point I need to lose the oil out of that thing into that bottle. That'll be an interesting thing. I'll definitely do that off camera. But, so yeah, if at some point I need to sit down and finish off those couple of videos that I've done from the summer, because we're now heading into winter and I still haven't done the last little few clips for them, but they are definitely on the card still, and they definitely will get done. Yeah, I'm going to say that's about right. What I'm going to do is run it, then tidy up some bits and pieces. I'll come back and check it once it's cooled down and adjust as appropriate. That's under there. Just going to try and clean up this before it drips into the bottom of the engine bay. Easily it hasn't. Right. Put that cap on, that on there, so hopefully there's nothing going to spill and cause any more disasters. Surprisingly, I've been pretty disaster free. Anyway, it's been good talking to you all. I'm going to bring this stream to a close, hopefully without covering my laptop in oil. Oh, am I going to have to take my finger? Yeah. So, anyway, it was great speaking to you all again. Hopefully see you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye.